So give us a ring at 516-453-9162. That is 1-516-453-9162. You can also Skype into the show for free from anywhere around the world. You'll see a Skype icon on the Blog Talk website while we are live on air. Make sure you press 1 on your phone keypad or Skype keypad if you want to speak with me or our guest today, and then you'll be in the queue. International Angels Network is now sponsored by Audible. You can get a free audiobook of your choice today by visiting audibletrial.com/international angels. I'm so honored and excited to have a beautiful guest with us today, Jimmy Mack. He is a renowned medical intuitive and spiritual life coach who has taken, completed, and even mastered a variety of healing modalities. And after a near-death experience, he was shown and developed a simpler way to create healing and profound changes, which is now known as My Liquid Fish, Change Made Simple. He works with clients in person, on the phone, and over Skype worldwide, accessing energetic powers and co-creating changes that you can actually feel. So welcome to the show, Jimmy.
Hey, thanks for having me. Thrilled to be here and talk to you again, honey.
I know. I was on your show last month, and I had a wonderful time.
We had a blast
doing that. So thanks for interviewing me, and I thought it would be fun to have you as a guest on my show. And you, how long have you been doing radio shows? You seem like such a pro.
Yeah, it's a number of years now. I think we started in July, about maybe 3 years ago. So yeah, I've had a lot of real well-known
folks
many
shows
on. And
you do it once a week?
I do once a week. Yep. And so It's been really good, and yeah, we love it. You know, you were on it. It's a lot of fun, and definitely want to have you back on again because we're all about giving it away and helping folks all we can.
Absolutely. So you had a near-death experience that really helped you crystallize a vision for how you can help people on an even greater level. But before that, you were obviously very spiritual. How did you have your spiritual awakening, or when did you first realize you're a spiritual being having a human experience?
Gosh. Well, I'd give you the fastest version I'd give you is I started out Episcopal, was an acolyte, just thought that was kind of interesting, and, you know, studied all I could. But then, of course, like a lot of folks, I did a little bit of everything, numerology, astrology, psychic development, of course, Reiki, theta healing, reconnective healing, matrix energetics, Ewan method, access consciousness, a little bit of all those things, and really was into it a lot and saw a lot of clients and helped a lot of folks. But then I got really sick one day. I was in South Miami area and needed to get my gallbladder taken out, but they about killed me. They gave me too much anesthesia, so I ended up with full-blown clinical pneumonia, and I was in ICU. They still could tell you they don't know what happened, whatever. And so I was coding out every night in ICU 3 nights in a row. They didn't think I'd live. Here I am. That was very profound, of course, and still kind of working on a book to really talk about that, what all I was shown. But it was very interesting and very profound. Never saw white light, never saw Jesus. I was going up into portals of deep inner space. It looked a lot like the Hubble Space Telescope pictures and that sort of thing. And I heard very angelic singing and all that. And really the colors are more vivid than anything I'd ever seen. It's very profound. You don't want to come back from it. So that was really, that was a game changer. And I would say to all that as well, of course, you're into the angel realm and lots of things show up all the time for different people. It's very interesting. And so I never know what's going to show up, but I find it very, very exciting and profound. So, yeah, that was a watershed moment. That was really what changed it all for me, and I think took it all the healing parts of it to the next level.
So what do you remember? What was it that was downloaded to you that made you understand how to help people make changes that last?
Absolutely. Yeah, what happened was it looked like infinity is an 8 laying on its side. It's easier to give folks a visual, but when I describe it to you, and of course over radio we're going through our words, but if you can think of an 8 laying on its side, it looks like infinity, and that's the symbol in the back left side of it. If you take that end off of that circle, you wind up with a little fish. It's not the Christian fish symbol. It just looks like more of a little fish, as if a child holding a crayon in their fist would draw. And it's very simple. It kind of looks like a little Tai Chi move or a yoga move. And so the bottom left of the tail would actually be earthbound, earth negative weakness. So we would move through that and kind of make a little fish motion up into the heavens to release the negative. The top left corner is heaven positive strength. So anything awesome that we don't have, we're reaching up into the heavens, if you will, and slowly moving that and making a little fish motion and bringing it back into us. And the way to really, the barometric place to feel this and to experience it really is for a lot of folks who can use a pendulum, or they might muscle test with their fingers. Some people get heavy or light. I prefer standing sway testing. Helps a lot of folks that may not be used to our world, or they could be engineer, doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. They may not even believe in it, but they can actually feel things changing. So it's very profound.
So the person, you direct them to make this swooping motion with their hand of the picture of the liquid fish in the sky. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
so do they
I would,
start
yeah. If I'm working on somebody, I don't even go into all that. I mean, I'm talking to you and everybody that's listening just to give them the background. I'm just going to do it for them, so they don't need to get bogged down in all that. But over time, we teach folks how to do it. We actually email people for free and send them all the attachments and things to read, watch, and listen to. I've written books about it. And and so there's audio and video and stuff all over the web. You could actually get it for free, open source wise. But if you want to go deeper, we actually teach a mastery class, and then I actually have certified practitioners who have gone through it all and studied with me and passed basically a competency test on doing that.
Is this a class online or in person?
Correct. Yes. Mastery is online. Yep. And then so a certified practitioner, and then I work with folks at the end just to make sure they really got it.
Well, that sounds fascinating. I want to sign up for your email list, and I'd love to get those attachments and read more about your liquid fish.
Love it.
How do people sign up for your email list?
Well, I'll sign you up, of course. It's no problem, but people can reach out. It's just info@jimmymackhealing.com. And so if you just say you want to be on the weekly newsletter list, we can put you on that. A lot of times, if you have Gmail, you may already be on my list. It will go into promotions and things. So you want to look through your Gmail pretty hard to make sure it isn't caught up in promotions. But we do a weekly newsletter. It's all free. And, of course, it's got in there audio and affirmations and video. It'll have a link to your show. The replay of today's show will be in next Wednesday's newsletter. And, it's all good. We have fun. We make it fun.
So you've written over 9 books. Some of them are ebooks. So how did you start writing? Do you feel like you're channeling them, or did the angels tell you, or your guides tell you what to write?
Yeah, all the above. I would say all the above. I would say to whom it may concern, that. So, without question, it was really all of it's divinely guided. I get stuff all the time. The latest thing I would say to you that I get really from Spirit, and you'll agree with this when you hear it cold, and I haven't said anything to you about it, is they really want folks to have more fun and be more entertained. They want folks to go to more dinners and movies and parks and go horseback riding and, find your joy. And I find that fascinating. I'm like, wow, that's not what I was expecting, right? And so they really impressed that upon me to tell folks that. Isn't that interesting? Don't you find that interesting? You probably came about it individually, but you hear what I'm saying, and we've never discussed it. And I just find it so fascinating. And they're like, no, have more fun, just enjoy. I'm like, wow, okay, got it.
Right.
So, it comes about in different ways. Yeah, the other thing that I do a lot of recently is I do a lot of audio MP3s. So I have those as well on the website and in the shop, and it'll be about a topic maybe of sex or sleep or travel, different things, people in a pain state, getting them out of that. We got a new one coming out that's similar to money. It's going to be called The Gold Coin, and so it's all about investing and even lotto, cryptocurrency, a little bit of everything. And so clearing blocks to those types of things I find that's I'm really getting a lot of those lately, and it's they're about a half hour each with over 100 different downloads or changes. So those have been wildly popular.
That sounds amazing. I love that you have these little audio snippets on subjects that come to you that are inspiring about removing blocks. So, and that's on jimmymackhealing.com. We can find all these things.
Yes.
Books.
Yeah. And if they send us
book titles about.
Yeah, if they just send us an email, just info@jimmymackhealing.com, we'll send them links to all those things to look at and read about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great. So you're a life coach and a medical intuitive. Tell me about the medical intuitive. How did that start? Were you able to just kind of X-ray vision into people's bodies, or just get a sense, or?
Yeah, all the above, I think, is really what came to me more than ever after a near-death experience. That was very profound. I don't want to play the guessing game any more than you do. We'll get calls all the time on my radio show, of course, and they're like, I don't know, just read me. And it's like, no, let's talk about narrowing it down, right? You want to talk about relationships. Right. You constantly have headaches. I mean, you just lose your job looking for another one. Let's get as narrow in our focus as we can. So, yeah, I've spent a lot of time and decades reading people or giving readings back in the day, of course, but I really don't work that way anymore. I'd rather folks go, hey, my left hip hurts, and let's not play the guessing game, and then we're going to go out of our way to see if we can get them some relief, But the more specific people could be, the better. And, you could read for people all day long yourself, but if they narrow it down to just relationships and what's going on or their life's purpose, and I don't know whether to be an accountant, attorney, or engineer, boy, we can really narrow it down for them without question.
Right. So if you are listening and you would like to get a healing from Jimmy or a reading from Jimmy or I, give us a call. Make sure you press 1 on your phone keypad. So 516-453-9162. Make sure you press 1 so you're in the queue. And in about, 15 minutes or so, we're going to start taking calls. So, Jimmy, so when you work with people as a spiritual life coach, how does that work? What is you have coaching programs for a length of time, or? I really don't. I mean, you might describe my stuff as very fast and loose. We're going to, figure out a plan for you initially right out of the gate. People will generally reserve an hour. Even my time and my courses are very reasonably priced. And we're going to figure out for them, hey, you need to go back to school, yes or no. I get a lot of yes or no answers from Spirit. If they narrow down whatever it is they want to do with their life, or if they want to get married, not get married, travel, whatever it may be, we're going to narrow that down generally within the hour. So I leave it up to them after that if they want to schedule more time or they want to go deeper in something. There's always something, if you involve family and relationships, and just life gets in the way, that. So it never stops, but there's no specific, stick 'em notes of you got to do this, and next week we get together and you got to do that. So it's just not me. Right. You're not structured. You're more of a, like, in the moment. Well, all we have is the secret.
Totally shoot from the hip. I'm totally intuitive and shoot from the hip and see what Spirit tells you to do, and that's it. And you want me to call me back every week or wonder.
Right. That's great. I love it. So what do you do for fun? You're in Clearwater, Florida, right?
Gosh, yeah. It's beautiful here.
What do you do for fun,
St. Pete, Tampa, Clearwater. Yeah, we're on the west coast of Florida. I go to LA Fitness every single day. I love it. I went to a water class this morning, and so it's like a water aerobics or Zumba. And what a dream. We had a little lady physician, and she's a riot, and it looks like something out of Circus Olay, I kid you not. And so she's up on the side of the pool just doing, wild splits and jumps in the air, and she probably does 5 movements for every one we could do in the water, right? So I like that, and I go there every day and will at least use the weights. I think I'd weigh 500 pounds if I didn't. I do like to eat, so, that's about it. But I really enjoyed that. And
that's fun.
We do a lot of dinners and movies too. I would tell you also, I see all the movies, pretty much all the movies, good or bad. So.
Wow. That's great. You know, I go to LA Fitness too. I don't know if you remember, but on your show I talked to how I met my love there. And yesterday, or actually January,
I remember that. It was like in the hot tub, right?
Yeah, in the jacuzzi. And so January 10th, which is 2 days ago, that was my 6-month anniversary of meeting him. I met him on July 10th. And that's the day we started my personal training program with him. So he is a trainer. He used to do that. He doesn't do it now, but he's doing it for me. So we did our first like romantic date training where he would do one, like he's lifting 340 pounds on certain things and I'm lifting 35 or 40 pounds. But switching off, we had so much fun. And like I'm not a big workout person. Like swimming was my thing, but I'm starting really slow, and it's so fun to share something with him that is his passion. You know, he loves like working out. So it's great. Yeah, we have to have. I've learned because I've been a pleasureaholic. Talk about having fun. I consider myself to be a celebration specialist. I have many events all the time, and I'm all about celebrating every single moment. And this started happening. You know, my sister died when she was only 20. In 1997, and ever since then, I've been like, God, you can die any day. You might as well act like it's your last day. So I've pretty much been living like that for 20 years, including eating what I want and doing what I want. Now I found out, you know, you can't avoid pain. And the more you just go after pleasure like a hedonist, even though I would call myself an ethical hedonist, I used to be, I found out, you know, you can't just eat whatever you want and do whatever you want and not exercise and, you know, you get heavy. So that happened to me. But now I'm on the way back because I found out in trying to avoid pain all those years of like just doing what I want and not working out, you know, because then I got more pain. So anyway, it is great to follow your joy, but I did find out the limit. And so now I'm going backwards. I'm still doing it from a place of joy. But I am doing it. I call it discipline instead of discipline. So it's like because I want to have as much fun as humanly possible, but I can't have that much fun if I can't stand at events because I'm too tired and I don't have the stamina. I need stamina. So the best way to get that, I found out, is exercising and getting your muscles strong. So even though it's not my number, so you're doing that too. And you love movies. Absolutely. I love movies too. One of my friends just achieved her goal of getting one of her songs on a film soundtrack, and it's a new film that just came out, and I went to the premiere with her Thursday night. So that's called Anthem, Anthem of a Teenage Prophet. And Juliette Lewis is in it, and Cameron Monaghan from Shameless. I don't know if you know him, the red-hair guy. And he plays a psychic kid who predicts his best friend's death. He sees it when he's skateboarding, and then he starts predicting, unfortunately, people's deaths. It's not a horror movie at all. It really is a profound, beautiful, feel-good movie at the end. But that was really fun to see that. I got to go to the after party. I met him, and it's really fun. When I flow with the angels and just follow the synchronicities, my life is so magical. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
And then every month I look back on my Facebook and I'm like, oh my God, I did this, and this, and that. I never would have even thought of those things. Thanks, angels. Like, I feel like they're my kind of social calendar beings. But I've got to do my part, which is showing up for working out, taking care of myself, eating right, and da-da-da. But you know about that.
Yeah. I love it. Well, you ought to check out their water classes because you would enjoy that. You like water anyway. The water
aerobics is 9 a.m. and that's so, they have the same schedule there? That's hilarious.
I bet you they got evening ones too. There's several evening ones as well.
I do. It was kind of hard, the one I did. So I was like, I'll just do my laps. I'm working up to it. I have to start slow.
All right.
So do you ever come out to LA?
I have been. Have a bunch of different folks that I enjoy seeing on occasion out there. So, yeah, I love LA. Awesome.
Wonderful. So, anything else you want to talk to, or should we open up the lines and just have people call in now?
Yeah, I'd love to take folks. I want to help as many folks as we can and just do some session work for them. I love it. Anytime. I definitely have you do the readings, but I'll do any healings they might have or, questions along that realm. Definitely.
Sounds good. So if you'd like to get a healing from Jimmy Mack, which is such a beautiful privilege, we're so lucky to have him with us today, give us a ring at 516-453-9162. Listen to International Angels Network 6 days a week, where we explore everything metaphysical, spiritual, mystical, and much more. We're also able to take your calls for angel messages live on the air. And if you're not able to join us live, you can catch us on our archived podcasts on iTunes, Pinterest, Podable, Player FM, Castbox, Podtail, Podchaser, Stitcher, and now on Google Play. Our online radio network has started a membership program to help spiritual entrepreneurs expand their businesses. International Angels Network offers ongoing support, coaching, and mentoring for all spiritual entrepreneurs worldwide for the low price of just $20 a month. You can learn more or register at International Angels Network /membership. So let me see if we have any callers that have called in. We usually don't start our call until the half-hour mark. So we'll just talk until we get some people who want to talk to us or get a healing. So what else would you like to talk about? I mean, you have a fascinating life. I think it's interesting you started in an Episcopal kind of traditional spirituality and then went right away headlong into metaphysical world. So what, were you traditional ever? And then you had sort of an awakening, or was it just you always loved God?
You know, certainly when I did the Episcopal thing, I was an acolyte and, into all that. And I thought, this is all there is. God love them. They're, reading out of books and singing songs, hymns and whatever. And that's it. So I enjoyed the pageantry of it all. And I thought it's pretty and, felt probably a little bit better, but I don't think any of us fully understand it or, maybe memorize the Nicene Creed and the Lord's Prayer and all those different things. But, doesn't compare to, I would call it being spiritual. And so, once you're in that place, your church is 24/7 in, around, and through you, where I'm sitting right now. And when you live in that realm, it's a whole nother world. So
I love it. That's so beautifully put. So we have Jackie from New Jersey. Jackie from New Jersey on the line. Are you there, Jackie?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Jackie. How's it going?
It's going.
Would you like a healing
or a bit of
snow? Reading, or what can we do? What can we do for you today, love?
I would like a healing. I feel kind of drained since the new year began. I don't know if it's the weather, or just things going on in my life.
Yeah, I don't care that it's the weather for you, Jackie. What else is going on? I mean, with relationships, work, family, career, what's happening?
I have an issue with my brother getting in the way, and of course, work is very strenuous. It's tiring, but I have to work at this point to take care of some things. I do want to eventually take a sabbatical, but I'm waiting until I move and I get, my house, my foundation settled. And my brother is standing in the way, and I think emotionally between that and just the toxicity at work has just finally got the best of me. Like I had to sleep in the whole day. I'm trying to figure out how to bounce back. I don't know if it's vitamin D or what.
Yeah, I definitely get there's physical things going on with you for sure. I don't even get that work's as stressful as your brother right now, by the way. Your brother is your chief complaint, so that's kind of interesting. Work is kind of like Groundhog Day to you, so that's kind of a constant. But your brother definitely is in the way. You definitely got some adrenal burnout on how you feel right now and that sort of thing. You want to stand up, you can stand up, face due north, sun comes up in the east, turn to the left. Let us know when you're there. It's a live radio show, so.
I'm trying to figure out which way is north and east and out.
Sun comes up in the east, yep. However you remember the sun coming up and turn to the left.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's going to feel like somebody's pulling you forward for yes and pushing you backwards for a no. And if you just say, my name is Jackie, you should feel a pull forward. You can say it now.
My name is Jackie. Yes.
Excellent. And if you say, my name is Nemo the fish, it's going to pull you backwards.
My name is Nemo the fish. Yes.
Excellent. Okay. I know it's crazy weird. I do it all day long. It'll always be crazy weird to me, but I promise you it's cool. It'll get you some results. So here we go. So your brother's basically standing in the way, they're saying, more than anything. This isn't about job. This is about your brother. So it's going to pull you forward that he's standing in the way, and you'll feel the pull forward now.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to release all that, resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle it all out now. It's going to pull you backwards when we release that issue between you and your brother. You're going to feel a pull.
Hmm.
And it feels like a wave,
Okay.
and we're just taking out all that energy that's between you and your brother. We don't need to know every little thing that's gone on, but we're asking for that to dissipate out now. I do like the ancient Ho'oponopono prayer, and it's from the Hawaiian days, 400 and 500 years old, and they would say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So that's one of the little things we're saying between you and your brother right now, and the energy of that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel right now?
Felt kind of dizzy for a moment.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. That's pretty typical. I wouldn't call it dizzy as much as it might be lightheaded, and it's a lighter feeling. And so we're taking off that shroud or that negativity between you and your brother, and we'll see what she has to offer on all that intuitively, okay?
Okay.
Well, I got trustworthy guidance. You've received wonderful ideas and answer to your prayers. So what Jimmy's been saying is trustworthy. Letting go of this stuck energy of your brother is important, and you're on track with that. So, and I also got shield yourself. I guess where you live, maybe you might have a lot of crazy energy. It says protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies. I think that's what it is. You're really an empath, and you're absorbing so much from people at work, your brother, just life, the people in your area, that just the collective unconscious of the world, and it's really, you're taking it all on, and it's just making you exhausted. So it says, envision a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. So if you want to just picture 6 feet around you, a beautiful bubble of golden white light, and only unconditional love. See, the thing is, we live in a world and we have to be in the world but not of it. And we are all one, but at the same time, everyone else is divine beings of the light. They have choices to where they want, free will choice of what they want to focus on. Some people are choosing to focus on the dark. And this dark energy can feel really heavy and drag you down, and you don't need to have everybody else's individual life choices affecting your personal energy, and you have a right, Jackie, to keep your own aura pristine and clear and filled with divine unconditional love, which is replenished constantly from source, because you're always connected to source when you're aware of it. Sometimes we just get overwhelmed with all the yuck, and we kind of forget that we're divine and we're connected, right? So this is you having a say over what comes into your field and what doesn't. So you're going to picture this golden white bubble around you, and only unconditional love is in that. And then if anyone has any energy coming toward you, whether they're unloading frustration and yelling or venting about their own lives, you don't have to take that on in your own little field. It can bounce off your aura and go back to them, not as frustration or a psychic attack or negativity, but as unconditional love as well. So you're very powerful, and you can visualize this. But the angels are highly recommending that you do shield yourself before you leave the house in the morning, and picture this golden aura to keep your own energy pristine and feeling good. And that'll help you keep your energy up throughout the day. Because I understand you're dealing with a lot of different people, a lot of energy, and a lot of fear. People have a lot of fear, lack, scarcity. We pick it up and we get depressed and we feel like paralyzed. You can't do anything. Well, guess what?
Yes.
You're here to live your precious life, and you are not here in 2019 by accident. Your soul chose to be here to be exactly where you are, shining your light bright. So it's time to take your light out from under that bushel basket and shine and not let other people drain you or the world's energy take you down. So taking back your power right now, just repeat after me. I am a powerful being of the light.
I am a powerful being of the light.
It is safe for me to be powerful.
Could you repeat that?
It is safe.
It is safe for me to be powerful.
For me to be powerful.
December 1995 to January of 96.
Okay, love. Can you hear me? You're in a loud place, so we're going to let you go.
No, that's not.
You go.
That's not me. That's not me.
Oh,
that's
not
somewhere
you.
else.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, so there's some background noise. Anyways, I want to say thank you for your call, Jackie. Hopefully you do feel more empowered because you are in charge and you can create a beautiful, powerful life where you're free. The angels want to help you do that, and they're going to guide you step by step the things to do. So thanks for your call, and thank you so much, Jimmy, for that healing. Do you feel better?
Love it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we have Tasha from Cali on the line. Are you there, Tasha?
Yes, hi. Thank you for taking my call.
Hi. What part of California are you from?
Northern.
Northern. Wonderful. Well, thanks for calling, and how can we help you today?
I was wondering, when do you see me and Henry getting close? We just reconnected back on New Year's Day.
Did you understand that? I couldn't understand that. Can you say that one more time really close?
She's talking about her getting close to somebody that started again on New Year's Day.
Yeah, Henry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started to get close to someone named Henry, and you reconnected on New Year's Day.
Yeah, I want to know, when do y'all see us get close again?
Well, when are you going to pick up the phone and call him and say, do you want to get together?
I already did that. He's working on fixing his car so he could be able to do that.
So you did that, and he's what? I'm sorry?
He's fixing on his car so he could be able to do that.
Okay, the cards I'm pulling for you are related to money. So even though you like this guy and you want to get back together with him and spend more time with him, the angels want you to focus on career and money right now. Are you working?
No, I'm disabled.
Okay. Is there something that you can do that can contribute to people even from a position of not having to walk around and go to a physical job that you could do that's a service where you could make money from? Or are you committed to staying on the disabled? Because there are a lot of disabled people who make great money doing jobs from home. It's possible. They want you to think out of the box. They want you to be more empowered, that's the word of the day, and realize you don't have to accept that this is your life, because you're looking for feeling good outside of yourself. To feel better, like this guy makes you feel good, right? And you want to be with him, but it's not really about him per se. They want you to look within, and because what makes someone feel really good, Tasha, it's knowing that you have a vision greater than yourself that's guiding you forward, that helps you to make a difference in the world. So what is it that you love to do?
I don't know. Like I do tarot cards from time to time.
Okay, so do you feel you're intuitive and you can help people?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's one thing. Have you ever thought of going on a Facebook group and offering like a free readings for people who would like advice and doing free and just see what comes of it? Because there's something about you getting in action, sharing your gifts. That's very important. And the other card I pulled for you is Life Review. It says, take inventory of your life and resolve to heal or change anything that's unbalanced. And I feel like it would be great if you would receive a healing from Jimmy. Are you open to receiving an energy healing and maybe a physical healing as well?
Yeah.
Well, why don't we have Jimmy help you with that?
I'll do it right now. So, Tasha, what's going on with your physical healing? In other words, what is your physical issue or challenge?
Well, I just had surgery in October for my adrenal gland removal because I had a tumor on it, but it was non-cancerous.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. And
Yeah.
I really feel like she is spot on for that, as far as tarot card readings and getting on Facebook groups, that sort of thing. Because even if you're disabled and sitting in the house all day, you can always do tarot card readings. If your hands and arms work, then that's a dream, right? And you can pick up on enough of that. You can read enough of that. You can, watch all kinds of YouTube videos and, really hone your skill on all that. So it feels like you could really do well at doing that. But if you stand up right now, face due north for us, I mean, I just see you already doing it, like readings by Tasha or Tasha's tarot cards or whatever you want to come up with, but it feels really good. But if you're standing there right now facing due north, well, let's just think of your disability real quick, and that you are, show up maybe as disabled, adrenal energy, that sort of thing. And that's going to feel like a weakness. It's going to feel like somebody's pulling you backwards. So let me know when it feels like you're dropping back.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're standing there facing due north, you'll feel a wave. It's going to drop you back. So all I'm doing is going to heaven, the top left corner, and making a little fish, slowly moving my pointing finger down to the rear of the fish, the underbelly, the face, the back of the fish, crossing my original line and winding up on the bottom left corner. And me doing that's going to pull you forward now and fill you up with all kinds of healing energy. Here we go. And you'll feel a wave, and it's going to pull you forward.
Okay.
Excellent. Feel that? It's a live radio show, so let them know. So that alone is going to help you, but I definitely can see you doing readings and that sort of thing. So never give up, It's one thing to get the disability, maybe the check or whatnot, but it's a whole nother one to, look out the window all day and do nothing. You're still very capable. I think you got a lot of years left. Make sense?
Does that make sense, Tasha?
Yes.
Okay, one last thing for you, Lev.
Okay.
Yesterday was 1/11, January 11th, and that's 111, which is restart. You get to restart everything. So I'd love for you to create a future, not dragging your past identity of I am someone with a disability, but starting fresh. And to do that, that's why you got this life review card. Like a lot of people, when they have near-death experiences, they go to the other side, they do the white tunnel, and then they're greeted by their angels, Jesus, Buddha, whoever they believed in. And they basically go through their life in the blink of an eye, and they experience all of their feelings from the perspective of the other person, because we're all one and connected. So the regret comes when you have unfinished business with people from the other side. They want you to be complete with everyone, which means if there's anyone that you're not complete with, that you're still holding a grudge against, you haven't forgiven, that there's someone in your phone and they're calling you and you look at your phone, you're like, I don't want to pick that up. Ew. Those are the people, whatever it takes, your angels are highly recommending that you clear everything up so that you have a fresh start to your new year. New Year's was January 1st, but January 11th is another New Year's. Really basically all we have is the eternal moment of now. So every moment can be a new year if you want it to be. But we have these little markers that make it fun for us to start newly. But they want you to believe in yourself and believe that anything is possible and believe this can be a new life for you. And you don't have to wait and hope and pray that some guy who gave you attention on New Year's is going to eventually pay attention to you again, that your life will be much more meaningful and that you will attract someone who can't wait to be with you, not someone that's like not returning your calls because they're too busy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, love. Well, thank you for your call and many blessings. Have a beautiful day.
Okay.
Thank you, Tasha.
Shruti. Yes, thank you, Tasha. Shruti from Arizona.
Hello.
Am I saying
Happy
that
New Year.
right?
Yes, you are.
Happy New Year. Hi. Did you call last week?
Yes, I did.
That's such a unique name. I'm recognizing it. Hi.
Hi. So this call is actually for Jimmy. I was wondering, this is on behalf of my mom, if there could be a healing done. You're trying to figure out what's going on with her. I have an appointment with a neurologist. She's getting some hallucinations going on. So the regular doctors cannot figure out what's going on.
Well, let's have you stand up and go through you, honey. What's her name?
Okay. Her name is Viba.
Rita?
Viba, V-I-B-H-A.
Okay. So you just think of her, maybe put her name up on a whiteboard in front of you right now. And wherever there's weakness, it's going to feel like somebody's pulling you backwards right now.
The weakness is more on my lower legs, mainly on my left leg.
Yep, and we're going to release that.
And the knees also.
Yep, and here we go. And we're just going to put a whole lot of strength into her and some positive healing all the way around. It's going to pull you forward when it comes in.
Okay.
And how long has this been going on with her?
It's almost a year.
A year? Okay.
Yeah. Another over a year.
So neurologically, they're saying, is she forgetting where the car keys are, or she's hearing voices kind of thing? Like, what's the extreme
visual.
of it?
It's mainly the visual aspects of it. Visual and
visual?
sensations. Yeah, visual and sensations.
She's seeing things.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Sensation.
Yeah, I don't get eye doctors or anything for her. I definitely get brain stuff going on, neurological. You know, a lot of times they can just go wild on UTIs and just, you know, really act crazy. But I don't get that for her either. You know, this is a brain thing. I'm hopeful the neurologist is going to figure it out for her. But we're just sending some healing energy right now. And sometimes when we do this, too, it isn't that she's ever going to be healed up 100% from you and I on the radio and making the hyper jump to her, but it could very much empower the neurologist that is going to immediately pinpoint what's wrong, maybe give her a prescription and run some more tests and figure it out exactly. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's actually what I'm hoping for. Because
I hope so too. Yeah, I feel like whoever this doctor is really, really, really good. So that's encouraging to me. Okay.
Good. Yeah.
So excellent. So you're welcome. We'll see what happens now.
Thank you.
And true to you, thank you, Jimmy. This is Shishi. I just wanted to tell you, I pulled a card for you, which is Earth Angel, that you're a light worker who's come to Earth to teach about love. So your angels and your angel team are thanking you for being of service, for being so helpful, for all the things that you have done and are doing that you're not being acknowledged for. All of this work and energy is stored in your energetic bank account in heaven. And I also pulled base chakra and solar plexus chakra. So they want you to know you are divinely supported with finances. They are going to help you. Don't fall into a space of fear. And they want you to remember how powerful you are. It's safe for you to be powerful and take care of your charge of your life in positive ways. So make sure you picture that sun shining through you, connected to your creator. To whenever you feel like low energy or like, you know, not worthy or anything or insecure, you picture that sun and it will spark you up and remind you of the truth that you're a precious earth angel who's here to help a lot of people. So thank you for your call, love.
And thank you for that message. I really needed that. So thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You're very loved and very blessed. Thank you. And thank you, Jimmy. So we have Terry from New York on the line. Terry, are you there?
I am. How are you today?
Wonderful. Thanks for calling. What can we do for you?
Sure. Okay. So I have a question for Jimmy Mack. It's okay. So I'm trying to see what I should do here. I have a positional vertigo, for example, where I can get dizzy, but it's my balance is off. So I went to this neurologist on Friday, a female. She wants me to come back next week. Should I stick with her or just continue to do the exercises on my own until it clears up?
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but I mean, it tests weak when I'm asking spirit. You know, my friend would say, just keep in mind, I'm talking to angels flying UFOs. So I'm going to talk to you like you're my best friend, my little sister. I wouldn't go back. I would keep doing whatever exercises that they want you to do and see if that clears up on its own. Yeah. Okay. And a lot of times when you get to the vertigo piece, it doesn't test his brain as much as inner ear stuff. It doesn't test his crystals, but you got some inner ear stuff going on. And I really I even like candling for that. It goes back to the American Indians. They actually used pine cones back in the day, but you can Google ear candling. You can go to any big health food store, even a Whole Foods, and you can get ear candles and read how to do that, read all you can on that, and try that out too. I think that would go a long way to help you as well. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Yeah. Are you okay to stand up right now without falling down dizzy, or?
Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time because I was going to. Yeah, it comes and it goes, but I know it can actually go away because sometimes my balance, it comes in and it feels great. And then I know it's positional, but it's just that I haven't found anyone to actually help me. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, stand up right now. Let's be brave and face due north, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
And just own it and say, I have vertigo, and see if it pulls you forward.
Okay. I have vertigo. I'll say it to myself. Okay. Yeah, it pulls me forward.
Yep. So I'm going to release it, resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle it all out now, have her learn all the lessons she needed to from it, and release her from the service to it. Pull her straight back when you're done. You'll feel a wave, then it's going to pull you straight back.
Oh, yeah, it feels good. Yes.
Excellent. So just to be brave, we're going to say, I have vertigo. It should pull you backwards for a no now.
Okay. I have vertigo. Yeah, it pulls me backwards. It's definitely pulling backwards. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Makes sense? So if there's only yes forward and no back, right now energetically we're changing it for you, honey, okay?
Okay. All right.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, okay. I think I would be doing the little exercises and see what happens, but I would look into ear candling pretty heavy.
Okay, I'll look into that now. That sounds good.
Excellent.
And Terry, before you go, just have a couple of messages for you. So this obviously this is related. This problem up until now, which that part of it, the vertigo, has been healed, but it was related to balance in general. And the angels want to address inner child and innocence. So, do you feel like you're very hard on yourself? That you've been beating yourself up? For not being perfect?
Yes, and yes.
Yeah. So the card says, Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, and no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. So they want to bring you back to that beautiful, precious inner child, or that child. When you came to Earth, you're just a beautiful little Earth angel, and you have all this dysfunctional programming that people are putting on you, and it feels like you were made to feel very responsible very early in life. Is that
yes?
Mm-hmm. You had a lot of responsibility put on your shoulders, and that has affected, and so in that way you were really hard on yourself too, that you have to do everything, and so you took on so much, and it feels like you've definitely taken on more than your share, and they want to help lighten that load, and they want to remind you that really it's not your job to, solve all the problems of the world, or you can resign as general manager of the universe. Like, you don't have to do everything and solve everything.
I love that.
And help.
Okay. That helps.
And they want to help lighten that burden off your shoulders, and they want to remind you that you really are that little girl who, aged 2 and 3 years old, was running around the yard free before you were burdened with all these responsibilities. And it feels like there is someone to forgive, pretty significant, that may have, I don't want to say tainted, but caused you to feel there's something wrong with you or that you're damaged, but it's a person who damaged you. Yeah. So I would love to do a cord cutting ceremony with your mom, and that also affects your balance, to tell you the truth, because it's draining your energy. It's this kind of, even though you've forgiven her and you've tried to, there's still that kind of cord that is pulling your energy off, that takes you off your own center. So your angels want you to get your life back, your energy, your connection to God, and not being drained by not only your mother, but so many other people, right?
I can feel their energies. Yeah, they're the negative people that I don't even know them, but I see them coming my way. But no.
Right. So if you just want to picture yourself floating about 6 inches above the ground, we have Archangel Michael here. He's a powerful archangel, and he can cut the cords to the people who are draining you, as well as places you're attached to. Just in general, let's cut all these cords, because I feel you have a lot of cords pulling you many directions. And you need to have your own center intact, and you need to be grounded to the center of the earth. So we're going to cut the cords. So just take a deep breath. We're cutting those cords around you, and we're going to do a quick, and then we're going to imagine that you have, now go back to the earth, and I want you to put a cord, picture a beautiful golden cord coming out of the bottom of your feet, connected to Mother Earth and wrapping around the core of Mother Earth. To feel that, let's transmute a lot of that negative energy and replace it with beautiful, fresh, loving energy and bright solar energy. Even though it's the center of the earth, it's connected to the sun. So breathing in that beautiful Mother Earth energy. Now we want to do a brief forgiveness and cord cutting officially with your mom. So do you understand that your mom was dysfunctionally programmed by her parents in all these generations, and it's just kind of carried on down the line? Yeah. In a way, it's not her fault that she was controlling and the abusive to a certain extent, that she was trained to be that way by her upbringing? Yeah. And do you know that your soul actually chose her in a way? Really? Did you say no?
I said really, really. You said my soul.
Oh, you're like really? Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like when we're like, sometimes we are like, what was I thinking? But the truth is, before you came to Earth, your soul chose who your parents were going to be. And even though it seems crazy, Earth angels do choose very often very dark situations to be born into to shine their bright light. So you said, I want to be a light worker. I want to make a difference. I want to stop these negative patterns. And you chose those parents. And basically, I know it seems crazy, but you got a lot of beautiful attributes from both of them, and you also had the negative. It's both. But you were able to be an angel and shine the bright light and help, and you've stopped that pattern. Do you have children yourself?
No, but I wouldn't mind having one.
I'm sorry?
No, I don't have any, but I would not mind in
You don't? Well, I guess you stopped that pattern that way. You're like, I'm not going to procreate anyone. Okay, so I want you to know that even though life seems very messy, like a tapestry, and it's like if you look at a tapestry from the back, it looks like all the threads and colors, it looks like a big mess. But when you turn it over, it's this beautiful picture. And that's how life is. We don't understand why, what we were thinking, why did we choose these parents in this horrible situation to be born in. But believe me, it is all divine, and you've had many lifetimes. So the angels want you to bring peace to your understanding of your existence and everything so that you can have your balance fully back. So I want you to tune into your mom's higher self, not her kind of, character flaw self. But do you remember those loving moments with your mom?
Yeah.
There are a few, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to focus on that and not So I want you to picture your mom's higher self, and if you need to picture her as a child, you can do that. And look into her eyes, and and what is your mom's name?
Her name is Ella.
Ella?
Yes.
Ella? E-L-L-A?
Ella, with the A. Ella.
Okay. Well, I want you to repeat after me. Repeat after me. I invite the higher self of my mom. I can't hear what you're saying exactly, so you can just say her name. I invite the higher self of
my mom
to stand before me.
To stand before me.
as I stand before you,
as I stand before you,
with love.
with love.
I embrace all bonds between us.
I embrace all bonds between us.
And I ask that they be transmuted.
I'm sorry?
And I ask.
And I ask.
And that they be transmuted.
That they be transmuted.
To the highest vibration.
To the highest vibration.
Of unconditional love.
Of professional love.
Of unconditional love.
Oh, of unconditional love.
Put your hand on your heart and say, I am free.
I am free.
And put your hand on her heart and say, you are free.
You are free.
And Archangel Michael's cutting the cord between you. Take a deep breath. Great. Your life. And I'm sorry, I see it sounds like you're underwater to me, and I'm sure I must sound like I'm underwater to you. So I see your mom's name is Alla. The producer sent me a text. Okay. So anyways, thank you for calling, love, and I hope that helped. I really feel like you're going to have a new start after this. I really feel like you're having, thanks to Jimmy with this beautiful healing of the vertigo, and then we also did the body, mind, spirit connection from your past and restoring your innocence, that original divine blueprint template of innocence. You're divine, you're beautiful, you're perfect, God loves you, and they want you to know and feel that. So thank you for calling.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
How are you doing, Jimmy?
We're doing great. I think that's fabulous. That really
wonderful.
turned out great. Yeah. The other thing I'd remind folks, too, just so they know, is anybody, just keep in mind when you hear this replay as well, that if you do have vertigo and you listen to that section, or you maybe have an issue with your brother or sister, or even, issues with mom, that sort of thing, just know that a lot of these same messages and the bulk of it can also change the energy for you, especially the healings I do, and, of course, the cards that she is pulling out, the cord cutting, all of this can work for you as well. So just know that.
Absolutely. It's universal because we're all connected. And if you're listening, that means you're divinely appointed to be here, whether it's in a replay later or during. Mm-hmm. So as Jimmy said, the same thing, you can envision, pray, and picture for yourself, and it does work. So thank you so much, Jimmy, for being on the show.
Thank you.
You're such a beautiful earth angel. I love your energy. You're so relaxed and easygoing and fun. And I like how you say, I shoot from the hip, which means basically you just like to be in the moment. Anyway, thanks for coming.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks for having me so much. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. And anyone who wants to get